In January this year I was contacted by a local farmer who told me that he'd seen a fox with mange round one of his barns. And after following some fox prints in the track, I eventually saw him. And he appeared to be a young dog fox of somewhere about 10 months, I would imagine. And sure enough, he had mange, and also precious little hair over the rear part of his body, which is a bit dodgy, seeing it's about -10 centigrade at the time. This little cub had a very, very pretty head, and much more dished than the face of most of the other cubs, with a pronounced stop as well. While I was talking to him, I caught sight of another fox watching us from the top of the bank, and recognised Sandy immediately, and called her down to sit down beside me. It was then that I remembered where I'd seen that little dished face and pronounced stop before. It was in the spring of last year, before Sandy and the little cub of hers vanished from the den that they were sharing with Ruby and her single cub. Boy is the slightly smaller and greyish coloured cub, and the other cub is what we call white tip, and is the cub of Ruby. It was no doubt due to the trust that Sandy showed in me that enabled Boy to summon up enough courage to take the Panama lace sausage from my fingers within 2 weeks of my first seeing him. First, Sandy shows him what to do, but Boy, to start with, is not too sure about it, and he still prefers to stay his distance and pick it up off the ground after I've thrown it to him. As you can see, the mange on Boy is starting to recover, and he's not quite so nervous about taking the food from my hand, although he still likes to come out of his bush and take the food back before he eats it.
Boy. She's checking to make sure I've got dripping on it. That's it, you find your babies. You show us where your babies are. That's it. That's a good girl.
She is so intelligent, she knows quite well that she mustn't go more than 3 or 4 yards in front of me, or else I won't be able to see her under the bracken. Eventually we reached a little clearing about 12 foot by 10 foot at the top of the wood, and she proudly lays down facing me, as if to say, well, this is what you wanted, isn't it? And to cap it all, she brought a cub up to see me when I asked her to. And that is absolutely unbelievable trust shown by a wild vixen with young. Ruby must be my very favourite one of them all, because since I first saw her while I was recording some Nightjar song some 6 years ago, she is shown to have absolute trust in me, and if she happens to spot me sitting down on the moor, she comes straight over to me. She settles down quite comfortably with me, within touching distance of my face, while I just talk to her.